Hi, we're With Invitation.
I'm Robert.
I'm Sharon, and you're watching
Entertainment Focus.
And congrats to you both for a new baby.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
So have you picked out a name yet?
No.
That's the big problem.
Yeah. Yeah, very difficult.
Yeah, we're watching like titles after the movies, you know, for some nice names. And,
Yeah, but it's
everywhere where we can find names, we're checking it. Haven't found anything yet.
A couple of song titles might come in there.
Exactly. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Now your new album, The Unforgiving, it's a concept album and it's based on Stephen O'Connell's work. Is that right?
Yeah. He had an idea, or at least we approached him through one of through the comic artist, and he had worked with him before, and he had some ideas, and one of them was, you know, the basic idea for this story, and it appealed to us straight away, but it was not a worked out story yet, so we discussed it and things we would love to incorporate in the story, and things we didn't like, and we also took the story, when there was a rough storyline, we took it to the directors of the short movies, and they also came up with some really good ideas, and that's how it formed, and now he's working them out in detail for the comics.
Cool. So it's a big thing because it also involves the comic book, obviously, and then the short films.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the short films? And there's certain characters, like the Mother Maiden, is that right?
Well, the thing about the movies is that we try to explain the main characters of the storyline. Because
their background,
the background, where they're from, what brought them to a certain situation, and that doesn't get explained in the comics, so that's why you need to see the movies as well to understand the main characters a little bit more.
So all of it sort of ties in together, you kind of
It's one big story.
Yeah. So was it a very difficult album to make, given that it was, I guess, quite a big project?
Well, in the end it was, because so much came together, but when we started to write the music, we really, the story was not there yet. You know, we knew it was going to be a concept album, but we already decided from the start that we didn't really want to make a chronological order, you know, in the songs, or really tell the whole story in the songs. It's more like soundtracks based on the story, because that gives us a lot of freedom in writing, you know, the music, you know, what comes out and grab the moment.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why we also did that consciously. So writing the album was not that hard. It was more, because we wanted to do something different. We were searching for new musical
direction.
And challenges also, and influences, and we just went with what came out, and we kind of dropped also all, you know, what we did in the past. You know, when we
musical boundaries you just left behind and just went on the search for whatever came up and just felt right. And normally we would have stopped, you know, earlier, because with the previous albums we had a certain goal to go to work towards, and to work also towards a certain sound. But with this,
and this time everything was allowed, you know. So we went from ultra fast, heavy songs to more, almost dancey, drum stylish, catchy stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say the
filmic, straight in your face. You know, everything is really there.
It's a lot of variety on the album, and
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of your most commercial works to date. I may say so.
Well, commercial, I don't know exactly.
I think it's.
I hope so. People like it a lot. You know, that's definitely the case. But maybe you refer a bit to the catchiness of some songs. That's really, I think, because of the inspiration we had, you know, the freedom we had, that we, that's some really.
Well, I think it's the most up-tempo and heavy album actually, but it also has a lot of pop influences. It goes, all our inspiration came from the 80s for a big part.
I was going to say that.
We have one of the best influences was Iron Maiden, for instance, and you have one song that has a little bit of influence of Iron Maiden, and other songs maybe a little bit from Metallica, but it could also be from Chris Isaac or from Billy Idol. You can hear here and there. It's like all mixtures of little things that you can hear back from the 80s, and we well, not intentionally, but just put in there because it just inspired us somehow. And but that's also why I think it's. We also have written the most heavy song ever, the most up-tempo song on this album. So it's a very diverse album of going with pop elements, but also very metal kind of influences. So yeah,
cool. It's who we are. It's our taste, I think. That's
I mean, I think each album you've always challenged and gone in a different direction to try and grow the band and your sound. Would you say that's sort of true?
Yeah,
exactly.
But I think we worked towards like our last album, Art of Everything, and making really this symphonic metal melodic album. And I think now this time that it's that this album it's we just took also our roots, you know, where we came from, what we listened to in the past, that's coming out more and more. Mm-hmm. We're not going away anymore from what we did in the past from a certain time, but yeah, some things come back again. And,
sure. Do you guys do you have a particular favourite track on the new album?
Well, we both like In the Middle of the Night very much, I think.
Yeah, that's the heaviest, fastest track on the album.
Yeah. But
it's also a good example of where we did stuff which we would have never done on previous albums, because it's going from double tempo to half tempo and really kind of wacko now and then.
Time sketches.
But now it feels very natural, you know. Now we just did it and it just turned out fantastic, and that's the nice surprises sometimes happen when you write music, that you're surprised about what just approaches you. But on the other hand, it's a song like Shot in the Dark was a crucial song on the album, because that song, and that really has a certain kind of 80s feeling, but with a very fresh feel, and also melody-wise, it's pretty refreshing for us, but still dramatic. It's still us. You can still hear that's Within Temptation. So that was really also a key track. That change was possible without losing ourselves, our own identity.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I was going to say, the US market's something that you guys are starting to crack now. Do you think that this album is probably going to be really big in the US with the way the sound has evolved, I guess, because it's so diverse?
It's just really hard to predict
any kind of things for the
any
future.
kind of success. I mean, we are not also a band which is really easy comparable to another band which were there, and we've also never been really busy with that. We always tried to surprise ourselves and to challenge ourselves. And if this is going to work, I don't know. I wouldn't know why it would not work in I don't know, Holland or the UK or in Japan. I have no idea. Maybe it works nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or
there's more to it than just, you can only go from yourself, like what do you like, and create an album from that point of view. And after that, it's out of your hands. It has to be the right time. It has to be a little bit of luck. People need to understand the concept of what you've tried to do all together. And and the right people.
If we're going to have massive success, it's logical. If not, we were ahead of our time.
I like that.
That's what people always say.
Now, you guys took some time off in 2009 to sort of recharge the batteries. Do you find the band's more energised and ready and raring to go now?
Yeah,
well, sure.
When we stopped, when we had our sabbatical, because that's how we called it. We were, we had traveled a lot with the Heart of Everything tour, and we were a little bit worn out, and we really needed to have some time separately, also to get inspiration again from music, but also to do our own thing a little bit. I did my own thing with a dance song with our computer, and for instance, Ruud had 2 albums out, one of his own band and one of our main tribute band. Made United, and so everybody was doing their own thing, and when we came back together to record the album, everybody was really feeling okay again and happy and
full of energy, refreshed also by doing other stuff. It also felt really good again to work on Within Temptation again. And also now at this moment everybody's totally anxious to go on tour again. We're really looking forward to that. So yeah.
And obviously you're back here in November. And are you surprised that the show's been upgraded to Brixton Academy? So
Well, that's a good
Yeah,
news.
and even almost sold out already. So
Yeah.
it did surprise us because
Yeah.
you're away so long, you know, and you think like, oh, nobody must know you anymore. But
absence makes the heart grow fonder, I feel.
apparently, yeah. So, but it was a very pleasant surprise, and that makes us even more eager to
Come back
to really
also.
come back with
Yeah.
something really,
Yeah.
really special, you know, that they deserve now, you know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fans waiting to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, at that time they can sing along, you know. If it would come now, everybody's
the good
like,
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
what are they singing?
Well, it's good also, I guess, that, audiences will know new material and be expecting a lot more in some ways. I was going to ask also, are there any plans for you to, say, work with your brother Martin in Delane? Are there any collaborations?
Collaboration with Elaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at this moment. No, this album we didn't felt like there were songs where we really had to collaborate with anybody. Those things always come natural. You know, you feel like sometimes you write a song and you think like, this is so
perfect
fit
for,
for,
yeah,
you know,
this person or
for
this
Joey
band,
or some instrumentalist
Yeah.
or whatever. And that was not the case with this album. I think that maybe also because there was so much going on with this album.
Yeah.
You know, it's already this whole concept thing in the movies and comedy. It's a lot, and I think there was enough. I think.
Sure.
But for the future,
You never know.
this is our path.
Keep our eyes peeled, the ears peeled.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, last question. Are you guys into any comics? Because of the collaboration, do you actually have any comics that you are fans of?
Oh, well, one of the reasons, like we said before, is like for us it was really the most important thing to bring a good story, and we just chose the comic. But it was also because the fact that when we were growing up in our, as a teenager, we were reading comics, and it's also a little bit like musically grabbing back on the 80s. We're also grabbing back on other things, like reading comics, for instance, and.
Personally, I've always been a big fan of Spawn, a comic series, and I think that also kind of influenced this story in a sense of, what's great about Spawn is that, it's not a typically good and evil kind of story. There's a lot of grey in there, and that's also what we have in our story. Bad is not always good, and good is not always bad. So. And other ones are, Wolverine has always been one of our favorite characters.
Cool.
And Slade is also something which is a bit more medieval, a very different kind of style of comics.